So my foot's on the stripe. I want to pull all my weight in toward my other leg. I want the outside edge or some aspect, you can pick whichever aspect you want of the foot, but, or I should say inside edge, to go toe, heel to heel. I don't want toe, heel to arch, or toe, heel to some space back behind. At least in Jatsama. There might be a time where you'd actually do this in a fight, but I don't want to do this, right? And for right now, for Jatsama, I want to pull the heel in. That is not to say that we never go toe out, but each has a function. Heel in is for driving weight, like striking. I want my weight to shift, so my weight is entirely behind whatever I'm hitting. Toe out is for moving my frame, like in it's time to split or it's time to evade. Okay? So, okay, what you're doing is step, slide. Should be push, shuffle, push, shuffle, push, shuffle, push, shuffle. This is very much, I am dropping my weight into the opponent. I'm not pulling myself to the opponent so I can tag him. I'm dropping my weight into him. I'm dropping my weight into him. You want to practice moving the hand before the feet, but finishing the hand and the feet at the same time. So in other words, it's not this, and it's not this, and it's not, I call it a retrograde motion, where you start the hand, but then you stop it, catch up to it, and then go. It should be that my hand starts first, and then it's almost early on when I had trouble with this 25 years ago. I started thinking of my hand having a rubber band on my neck or my hips, and the rubber band would get tight and pull my hips. And as my hips came forward, I could then continue to stretch the rubber band. It's the idea that my hand is, at a certain point, pulls my body. The goal would be, boom! I dropped my weight into the guy. Right. It should be timed out. If you listen to my hand and my foot, but if you watch my hand, it's already going. But they time together. You retract your hands before you punch.
Say again.
You retract your hands before you punch. Did you know that?
Bring it back.
You're doing this.
Right. Oh, okay.
You're retracting them before you punch. I'm saying don't do that. I'm just saying, did you know you did that?
No.
Now you do. So this is here, and if I'm going to punch with my rear hand, it goes first. And it just goes from where it is forward. It doesn't back up in order to go forward. That's a very boxing kind of thing. That's very much. But if the guy's worth his grain of salt, he should just go, whoa, hey, you're going to try and hit me with that. I use that, you see me talk about it all the time. I use that as a trick. I'll go, bap. I'll pull this one back because I know that's where their brain will go. This one I just send forward. So it's like, bap. They will never see that. Until I hit them with it about 3 times. Then they'll see only that.
Right, 'cause that's what they can focus on.
They'll focus only on the still hand.
Exactly.
And then you go ahead and do it anyway.
Yes.
Because they're looking at this. Which is why you should never look at anything. should just be not focused.
So what is one of the Britain that both of being Britain body hand to hand?
So there's 2 or 3 things that are going on simultaneously. One, it is harder to visualize a small object moving in a straight line than it is a large object moving in a straight line. I've said many times, we have greater visual acuity on anything that's lateral movement. You know that moved, right? This went across your vision or up or down your vision, you know. But when something comes straight at you, it's harder to see. A great fun thing to do with yourself sometime is set up your camera at home. Just get maybe 10 paces, 20 paces from the camera, walk across the camera, then go out 20 more paces, look straight at the camera and walk forward. And then watch the video. And watch on the video, you'll see yourself go, oh, that movement was obvious. But then it'll look like something out of The Shining. Are they coming forward or what? Because, especially having now been crunched into strictly a 2-dimensional plane, all you have to go on is the fact that the person is getting a little taller. But it does so at a much slower rate than if you squatted and stood up, or a slower rate than walking across the frame. So our brains have this problem processing this straight line forward and back motion. So yes, that is to our advantage when we go straight lining. That's why people like Lin Wei Choi or the straight blast. But the straight blast doesn't work unless I include my body. If I include my body, it is a bigger object. It is easier for you to see the forward motion, the longitudinal motion. So what you do is you hide the longitudinal motion either by getting in so close already that I don't have to go forward any further, and then I can go nice and slow just like this and tag you. Or I start this first and then I move my body. You sense my body motion, but I was already halfway there. So I don't have to be as blinding fast as Bruce Lee because I already covered half the distance. You have less reaction time. Typically people will go lunge, punch. He will perceive my body motion, so he will react. But if I go lunge, punch, my hand was already halfway there. By the time he perceives it, it's almost, if you do it right, it's not almost too late. It is too late. You're already so close. And then you still get the ability to drop your weight into the punch. And that's why Wing Chun works on that 1-inch punch idea a lot, or 1-inch energy. 1-inch energy is just a little snapping of the wrist and connecting your hand to your elbow to your hip.